Before I start with the actual presentation, I'd like to point out that if you guys feel like you have some questions during my presentation, please don't hesitate to go to the comment section and type your questions. My colleagues are readily available to answer your questions or comments. Yeah, my name is Nkululeko Shezi. I represent SANBI at the KZN National Botanical Gardens under the directorate called BEPE, which stands for Biodiversity Education and Public Engagement Directorate. What we do as a directorate, we do more of a public engagement. How so? We deal mostly with schools from grade R up until grade 12, where we facilitate our environmental programs in and outside the garden setting. We also work a lot with university students through career guidance and so forth. We celebrate our environmental calendar themed days like your water week, your wetland day, your upper week, and so forth. So that's what we do as the directorate under SANBI. SANBI stands for the South African National Biodiversity Institute, which is an entity of the National Department of Forestry, Fisheries, and the Environment, under the leadership of Minister Barbara Creasy at the head office in Pretoria. So if you look at the map of South Africa, you'll see the green dots and the orange dots. The green dots represent our national gardens, which are throughout the country in all the provinces except for the Northwest. And the orange dots represent our zoological gardens. We have one in Pretoria, which is the National Zoological Garden, and the other one in Limpopo, which is Mokopane Biodiversity Conservation Center. If you look at the Western Cape, we have 3 botanical gardens and 1 in each of the respective provinces, except for the Northwest, as I said. If you take a look at the province of KwaZulu-Natal, we have only 1 garden, which is the KZN National Botanical Gardens here in Pietermaritzburg, and we cater for the entire KwaZulu-Natal. So who and what is SANBI? SANBI's mandate is to explore, reveal, celebrate, and champion biodiversity for the benefit and enjoyment of all South Africans. So basically that is what we are. Our core work is research for conservation purposes and human capital development. Within the research and human capital development space, right there at the bottom, we have what we call Foundation of Biodiversity, which entails conservation, collection, and storing of indigenous biodiversity. And the next step above that is to assess and monitor that data. In SANBI, we have something called the National Biodiversity Assessment. Basically, that is our DNA as SANBI, where we assess the biodiversity status of South Africa. And we produce the reports after 5 years. And then once that information is available, it can then be utilized to inform policies and planning. In our work, there's an element of developing human capital through skills development and empowerment initiatives. We need people that are capacitated to deal with environment issues affecting their communities, be able to adapt and mitigate those environmental problems. And our continuous goal is SANBI. We want to ensure human well-being, improved service delivery, and job creation. Now, SANBI, like any other organization, mostly which is an entity of government, we do have careers under SANBI. We have 4 career divisions under SANBI. The first one, it's called Conservation Gardens and Tourism. In that division, you find people like your curators. The curator is basically the manager of the garden. In all our gardens across the country, we have our manager who manages everything and anything in the garden. We call those people our curators. Then we have our horticulturists, which are expert in cultivation of plants, landscaping, and garden maintenance. We do have our environmental education officers, like myself. Basically, we do more of public engagement where we create awareness, equip people with skills to identify environmental problems and how to then mitigate those problems. Again, in the conservation garden and tourism, we have people who are zoologists who study wild and captive animals, and then they can study behavior, diet, physical characteristics, life history, ecology, or human impact on animals. On the other side, we have biodiversity research, assessment, and monitoring. There we have our botanists. Botanists, they do anything and everything plant related. They study plants in actual sense. And then we have people we call GIS technicians. They create customized maps and geographical information systems applications. These are scarce skills in SANBI organization, because these people, they help us a great deal so that we can understand and know where geographically the biodiversity hotspots are in the country, so that we can be able to access them and be able to conserve and manage those hotspots. Again, as an organization that deals with professionals, we require a certain level of education. If you check on those smaller boxes within the bigger boxes, you'll find that if you want to do a certain career within a certain division, there are certain university courses that you need to enroll for. You need to enroll for example, if you take conservation in gardens and tourism, there are horticulture courses you can do, nature conservation, botany, environmental management, veterinary sciences. On the other side, biodiversity research, assessment, and monitoring. The courses you can do: nature conservation, geography, environmental science or management, marine biology, and hydrology. The third division is biosystematics and collections. On that, we have what we call biodiversity systematics. Those divisions are under our herbariums. We do have herbariums in our SANBI. We have one in Mpumalanga and one in Cape Town. Basically, what they do here, they collect seeds. They spend time in the field collecting indigenous plants and ensure that they are stored for future use to avoid extinction of species. We know very well that certain species in our country are at the verge of extinction. If it happens, hopefully not, that those species go extinct, we know at SANBI, as a custodian of biodiversity in the country, we have the backup seeds we can plant and then regrow again. And then we have people like taxonomists. They strictly do botany. They work with classification and naming of species. And on the last one, biodiversity information and policy advice, those people basically act as a liaison between researchers and those who develop policies. Our policy developers in our country is our government, mainly politicians. So we do research, we give our biodiversity and policy advisors to give the information to our policy developers. Then we have people who are called biodiversity information and management specialists that record information and research, ensure that the information is stored in the right platform, and then is easily accessible and updated all the time. Now, for the most part of the reason why we are here is for us to give you opportunities that exist in our organization. So as SANBI is an entity of government, it is mandatory that we give students opportunities in their respective careers. We have two kinds of internships, rather opportunities at SANBI. Number one, student and internship programs. And the second one is scholarships and bursaries. On the students and internship programs, we have what we call work integrated learning. Work integrated learning programs provide students with opportunities to apply theoretical knowledge and skills in a real workplace context. At present, SANBI offers work integrated learning only to students studying horticulture and nature conservation. In terms of horticulture, second and third year horticulture students can apply for placement at most of our national botanical gardens. The duration of these programs usually lasts to 6 months or 12 months, depending on the requirements of a particular university, and is offered from January to June and or from July to December. In terms of nature conservation, only final year conservation students are accommodated only at the Kirstenbosch botanical gardens in the Western Cape. And the duration of this program is 12 months. Internships. At SANBI, you have two kinds of internships, rather three. We have what we call NRF and SASTA internships. NRF stands for National Research Foundation. Those are external funded internships. SANBI is just the host of the interns. So what NRF does, they do their own admin, they do their own interviews, they get right candidate, and then they send the interns to us to host them for the duration of their internship. When we talk about KwaZulu-Natal is based on an incubator model, giving participating youth workplace experience through a structured mentoring program, together with the skills development and training opportunities for a period of 2 years. So that is KwaZulu-Natal internship. And then when we talk about a John Reck Christian Bosch internship, that is strictly for the Western Cape students. So if in future you find yourself in the Western Cape, then you are eligible to apply for the John Reck Christianship internship. We do have scholarships and bursaries for postgraduate research bursaries. SANBI offers funding for postgraduate students only for research topics which are aligned to the SANBI mandate. The bursaries cover living expenses and university fees and are advertised between July and September each year. However, the prevalence of COVID-19 might be a factor in this, so it might change, but be on the lookout on our website. Funding varies according to the degree level. Duration for honors is usually a year, for masters 2 years, and for a PhD is 3 years. And then there's Christian Bosch scholarship for students studying towards BTech or advanced diploma only in horticulture, and it's offered for the period of 2 years. The selected candidates spend 2 years in the Christian Bosch National Botanical Gardens in the Cape Town and work on a specific research project. And then lastly, we have our John Reck Scholarship in the Christian Bosch, and this scholarship provides funding for postgraduate research as well as internships, but only at the Christian Bosch National Botanical Gardens in Cape Town. And then funding is available for students who are entered or rather intend to register at a university in the Western Cape. So if you want to pursue your studies further, if you apply in one of the universities in the Western Cape, then you are eligible for a John Reck scholarship program that is for the Western Cape students. And calls for the John Reck scholarship are advertised annually towards the end of July, so each and every year. So it's very advisable for you guys to be on the lookout on our website constantly to get updated information in terms of our internships and scholarship bursaries. So it helps a lot to be on the lookout on our website. Talking about our website, you can contact us on the following information if you like social media. So this is for you. We are available on Facebook, South African National Biodiversity Institute. Also available on IG, Instagram, SANBI_ZA. We are available on Twitter, SANBI_ZA. You also have our emails. The first one, info@sanbi.org.za. It's a generic email for the entire SANBI around the country, but the last two is specifically for the KZN garden and specifically for the education center in our garden here in KZN. We also available on the website www.sanbi.org. Our telephone number, you can call from Monday to Friday between 7:30 and 4 p.m. 033-344-3298. Also on YouTube as well, South African National Biodiversity Institute. So yeah, thank you very much. Questions, comments, we are ready.